Thank you for completing this simple personality test. Now, with your results in mind, I have some life-changing, mind-altering, mood-changing, paradigm-shifting, success-building, and money-making insights to share with you, literally. But first, I want to show you one of my favorite optical illusions. This design is by Akiyoshi Kitaoka and is called Rotating Snakes. Isn't it remarkable? If you stare at any circular cluster, it stops moving, while the others, out on the periphery, continue to move. Even though we know that nothing on the screen actually moves, we still experience a movement. Our perceptions don't align with our beliefs. We simultaneously believe that the shapes are and are not moving. And that's mind-blowing. Well, that's the way it is with humans too. You think you have someone figured out and then, bam, they do something that was entirely unpredictable. It happens all the time. It is why relationships and dealing with other people is so tough. It is why you have always preferred to spend your time with more predictable and understandable things. People perpetually perplex you. And that's okay, because I'm going to show you how to finally figure them out. Plus, I will show you how to use this diagnostic information to find more success in just about everything you do. First, let's talk about the personality test. It was a highly simplified test. This website features a number of far more robust assessments that do a much more accurate and reliable job at not only assessing your unique blend of personality temperaments, but identifying potential weaknesses in your character. We'll talk more about those later. But first, let's talk temperament. I'm a personalitologist. I've been studying temperament and personality style since my first college days, back in 1987. And in fact, I created the first patented personality assessment in 1997. Personalitology is the branch of psychology that asserts that personality is the dominant driver behind your values, attitudes, and behaviors. There are other drivers too, like nurturance and education and experience and gender and religiosity and so on. But for the most part, your personality seems to cut across and outweigh all these other factors. Therefore, if we understand someone's personality, truly understand it, we can predict why people do the things they do. The key to understanding people is to understand the why, their values and motives. For example, according to the assessment, you have picked virtues that are associated with the green temperament. That is one of the 4 archetypal temperaments. They are named after the colors green, blue, gold, and orange. Each of our personalities are unique and are composed of a combination of one or more of these temperaments. If you are dominated by one temperament, we call that your primary color. Most people are. But there might be various amounts of other colors in your spectrum. It is this idea of a spectrum rather than a specific type that makes my instrument different from all the rest. Therefore, if you're a green, you value competence, expertise, accuracy, innovation, and objectivity. You appreciate composure and trust scientific analysis and treasure personal autonomy and privacy. You are motivated by the pursuit of perfection and accuracy and truth. You respect genius, in all its forms. You cherish original thoughts and groundbreaking insights and technological advances, and seek to add to humanity's understanding of the universe. Now, if you agree with at least half of those things, then chances are you really are a green. And that is wonderful. We need more greens. People who share this primary color only represent about 6% of the world population, but you are some of the greatest thinkers and problem solvers and innovators out there. The world could not survive for long without you and your amazing contributions. The assessment showed you some virtues or positive qualities that most greens aspire to achieve. There are actually 13 of them. Here they are: accuracy, autonomy, composure, concentration, confidence, curiosity, efficiency, expertise, foresight, ingenuity, pragmatism, reason, and wisdom. These are what makes you such an important part of any family or business or team or some other community. Of course, there's also a dark side to human nature. When things aren't going the way we predicted, or we're feeling stressed or out of sorts with the world, then we might demonstrate some negative behaviors. We call these vices. Here are some vices that seem to follow disgruntled greens: aloofness, arrogance, callousness, criticism, cynicism, deviousness, eccentricity, finickiness, indifference, mockery, nonconformity, sarcasm, and skepticism. Of course, what may seem to be a virtue to you may be perceived as a vice to someone else. That's why we need to take a step back and figure out everyone's point of view. For example, the following actions are likely to be considered as negative to everyone but you. In fact, doing these behaviors are likely to wreck your relationships and sully your chances for successful interactions. As you can see, just being yourself isn't good enough when you're surrounded by people who think differently than you do. That's why my colleagues and I created this website. The Nexus Quest is a subscription-based collection of one-of-a-kind resources. The resources are organized into two different sections: gaining insight and gaining virtue. Most people begin with the gaining insight section. This features several in-depth and accurate personality assessments that precisely measure how much of each temperament is in your own personality spectrum. Then, once you know your own colors, it is time to learn everything you need to know about the blue, gold, green, and orange temperaments. You will find a 10-lesson course for each of these temperaments that explore how they appear in life in 10 different categories, like values, motivation, communication, work, supervision, recreation, childhood, youth, education, and love. If you want to understand people better, including yourself, check out these courses. After you have gained some insight, now you can hop over to the Gaining Virtue section. In this section, you will find the Maturity Assessment, which measures how much of each of the 52 virtues, 13 for each color, you currently possess. It will then sort your results, which should tell you which areas might need some improvement. I have written 52 courses, one for each virtue. Each course consists of 7 13-minute lessons that explore different aspects of that virtue. As you watch the videos and read the material and complete the assignments and then practice using these skills, you will acquire more virtue. So that's it. If you want to learn more about yourself and those around you, and learn how to increase your ability to interact and motivate and communicate and influence and work with and lead and teach and love and parent and discipline and empower all different kinds of people, then this is the right place. Or if you just want to acquire some of the positive virtues that have made others successful in life, you can do that too. You can use the assessments and educational courses however you choose. I just want you to join us on this quest for the good life. It's important for society. It's important for you. Below this video is a button to subscribe. Click it. After you subscribe, you will be sent to an orientation video that will explain how to use this website. See you soon. Oh, one more thing. Because we practice what we preach, this video was written for Greens using green language and green motivators that target green values. If you had tested out to be a blue, gold, or orange, you would have seen an entirely different video. If you want to check those out too, the links are below.